Hey everybody, Steve here again. Time for part 2 of the Super Metroid 100% Speed Guide. And I know I said I was going to have this up like 5 days ago, but some stuff came up and I got kind of sidetracked. So I'm sorry, all two of you that have watched these. I will try to do better in the future. So, where we left off, if you don't remember, we had just gotten our wave beam and our speed booster, and we were heading out of Norfair for the first time. Um, And also, I just posted a couple days ago a corollary video to that first part where I go over three like techniques kind of that you will need in order to complete this run using the route that I'm using. So if you haven't watched that, I would go check it out because it will help you with this part and all parts. So this energy tank, this is the high jump boot room from the last part. And the reason we passed this energy tank before is so we can get it now, and it'll refill our health. I was at like half health, now I'm at full, and also with a whole other energy tank. And this part that we're about to do, this whole segment that I'm recording now, is probably the hardest part of the whole run. It's where I tend to die the most. Um, it's where a lot of the main speed tricks happen. It's just it's there's a lot of things that can go wrong in this part. So that's why it's good to start it with full health. And right now we're going to get the ice beam. And in this room, you're supposed to run up this whole thing, and it snakes and it sucks. It's much faster to just do that. Jump in the air, morph ball. And I am trying to go slower through this too. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I am trying to get through this stuff a little bit slower to give me more time to talk so I don't have to rush like crazy like I did last time. And I am recording this commentary live to try to give myself that time. Okay, so we have Ice Beam now. And basically, Ice Beam makes it so that when you shoot an enemy, if they would have died, they get frozen instead. And when they're frozen, you can stand on them, you can wall jump on them, and they jiggle like jello. You can do anything like that. And basically, it's so that you can use them as a platform. That's pretty much always what you're going to use it for. The thing is, though, when you have Ice Beam equipped, since enemies freeze, it takes an extra shot to kill like basic enemies. So an enemy that would die in one shot takes two. An enemy that would die in two shots takes three. Et cetera, et cetera. So it's better to have it off actually if you're not going to need it for a while, but we will need it soon. This room, this whole exit part, there's a much faster way to do it. If you freeze this guy right there, this guy right there, and then you use this speed to make a mock ball right here, you can just kind of roll under these gates. But it's kind of hard to pull off, and it's very hard to do consistently. And this video is supposed to be, beginner friendly. So the normal way of getting out of here. Also, real quick, I apologize if it takes me a lot of tries to do basic things. I've discovered that while I'm recording, it actually creates like a small amount of input lag on my system, and it makes it so that my controller just totally misses input sometimes, and it's really messing me up. it's it's causing me to miss shine sparks. It's causing me to not be able to morph ball fast enough. It's a real pain, and I'm looking at how to fix it, but I haven't figured it out yet. So sorry if you just see me running around like an asshole sometimes. It's not me, I promise. This stuff's easy to do. So right now we're heading back to Criteria, almost to where we started actually. And again, freezing these guys, they're like no threat. You can use them as a platform, makes it so it's like almost impossible to fall on the spikes. But these guys, if you had just like the wave beam out, they'd die in one shot instead of two. So whatever. This room is where you're supposed to really like need the ice beam. You're supposed to freeze these guys and climb up one at a time. If you just wall jump and freeze the last one like that, it's much faster. It's much easier, I feel. And we have been in this room before. We came through here in the first part, so if it's familiar, that's why. But now we can get up here to this higher part, and look, this is what you're supposed to do: freeze these guys, jump up, go through. I hate this room right here. This room was the bane of my existence when I was like 7 years old, and I still can't do it well. You gotta do little short hops. You can damage boost across like that to make it a little faster, but normally when I try to do that, I just fall in a pit and take even more damage. So now we're going to get a first power bomb. So you shoot that floor, you come down here, you open this. This room, these little yellow guys, you can freeze them. but if you get near them, they jump up, and if you walk into them, they do damage, but that's all they do. So this is our first power bomb upgrade, and power bombs, when you have them selected, they replace your normal bomb when you're in Morph Ball. So you just lay it, much bigger explosion. These were power bomb blocks, this wall, and it can destroy those, as the name kind of implies. And over here, there's a missile. So now we have missiles. More missiles. Always gotta have missiles, even though you're probably never gonna use them. That was stupid. And also, something I want to just mention real quick. I'm making these videos for people to see, and I know like there's probably no one who's ever going to see these, but if anyone does, and you have any commentary, critiques, anything, please let me know. Like if I'm doing something stupid that you want me to stop doing, if I don't do something enough that you want to see more of, whatever, let me know, and I'd be happy to accommodate. This room, these guys hurt a lot if you touch them, and like I said, we're trying to save health here. If you go into Morph Ball, they can't hurt you though. They can't reach you. So just lead all of them over here, kind of corral them all into one screen, and lay a single power bomb, and they will die. Now, if you notice, I'm standing on this little gray block. If you just go down here, and this is fake, you can just go right through this, while the power bomb's going off, those guys may not die, because when they're not on screen, they don't take damage from the power bomb. So that's why I landed there. It lets the power bomb do like one more tick of damage, and it just guarantees that they'll all die, and you won't have to shoot them. Not that it's really a big deal, but, and you don't have to damage boost right there, but it's fun too. Okay, so now we're going back up to criteria. We're going to be like one room to the right of where we first started, actually. But now we have a lot more abilities. We can speed boost, we can high jump, we have power bombs, we have different kinds of missiles. You know, we're just overall a more equipped, more well-rounded Samus. We're the best Samus we can be right now. So we can get to the wrecked ship area. And if you watch the techniques video that I talked about, this part's probably really familiar because I did pretty much this whole thing in the video. This is where you need the short charge ability. And just to go over it again real quick, basically, you can charge up your speed booster so you become like fast like that in a shorter space if you wait to hold the run button until you've taken a step. So take like a step at walking speed and then hold run, and you'll be able to get that charge a lot faster, which allows you to make a shine spark if your controller actually registers the buttons that you press. Mine doesn't. Mine doesn't like to do that. Okay. Sorry about this weird jump and edit that you're going to see. Jump and edit, yeah. It took me so many tries to get this going that I realized that my controller, there just had to be something that was like really wrong. So I went and I messed with some stuff, and I'm pretty sure it was actually the emulator I was using. So I've switched, and now look at that! Look at how consistent and easy that is to do when everything actually works. Okay, so picking up where we left off, we're gonna short charge, and just to give you an idea of how much less space you need to take up using the short charge method. This is if you just hold run, you get blue like right here, right here, and you'd have like a split second to press down to get the charge. But if you just take a step and then hold run, you get it with plenty of time to spare, and you can just horizontally shine spark across this pit. Normally in this room, you need the grappling beam to latch onto these little hook-shaped blocks up here and swing across. We obviously don't have that using this route, so we are doing it different. We're going to do it the fancier looking way and shine spark horizontally. Obviously the downside is it does take away some health, and we're about to lose more. This shine spark has a lot less wiggle room to charge. That other one, as long as you short charge, you can really, there's a lot of space. This one though, you're going to not have as much. It's uneven ground, and if you mess it up, you run into water, and that just slows your way down. So you want to get over to the left on this platform as far as you can, and as you can see, my back foot is completely off the platform. But Samus doesn't give a shit. She's like, whatever, my hitbox is here. I know what a hitbox is. I don't have a fourth wall. So again, just take one step before you hold run, press run, and now that everything works, if I mess this up, it is just me, but I don't. And we're going to go across, same idea, just press jump and then hold right, super missile door. And look at how little health we have, and that's why we got that energy tank before. If we hadn't picked up that energy tank, we'd be down to like 40 health at this point. And there's a really good chance I'm going to die on this boss on anyway, to be totally honest. So we're in the wrecked ship now, and nothing is turned on yet. That little ghost guy, he's the only enemy you're going to see. He respawns infinitely. Other than that, though, everything is just kind of eerily quiet and shut down. So you can come get this missile, and it's really easy. Um, Once the power is back on, which we'll be doing in a bit, this becomes a conveyor belt. It starts moving. These spikes actually hurt you. These things are actually falling platforms that'll crush you and do a ton of damage. But right now, for some reason, the spikes don't hurt you. Just because there's no power. Not sure. Not sure why. And if you need power ups, like I said, this guy does infinitely respawn, so you can just kill him over and over. It's really slow and it sucks, but if you need super missiles, you need super missiles because you need to get one to open that door. Um, and a lot of times, be careful when you're shooting that door too, because that little ghost guy likes to appear like right as you shoot your super missile, and he'll eat your super missile. And you have to use another one, and it sucks. And these eyeball guys, they protect all the boss doors. There was one before Kraid too. Just one super missile in the eye just kills them instantly. Okay, so here we are. This is Phantoon. If there's some weird editing right here, I'm not sure if there will be, but if there is, it's because I died. I'm not gonna lie. So, some quick notes on this game. Um, when you have the game paused, when you're in this menu, when you're on the map, anywhere in here, your game clock stops, so it's not counting time against you anymore. And that's why right here, I have changed my reserve tanks from auto, which is the default, to manual. When they're in auto, it works like a fairy. When they're in like a fairy in Zelda, where like as soon as you die, it just automatically heals you as much as it can. When you have it in manual, though, you can control when it goes off and when you want to get healed. And because the game is paused, it doesn't count against your time. So it won't save you a lot of time, but it's a few seconds here and there, and it does help. Now this boss is Phantoon. He's the biggest bitch in the game. He's the most random boss. There's 6 patterns he can follow in each phase, but it learning it is incredibly difficult, like to the point where you actually know what's going on. And there is a faster way to kill this guy where you can go through it in only 2 phases, and it's much quicker, but it's also really, really hard to do, and really, really hard to do consistently. And again, this video is supposed to be kind of beginner friendly, so we are going to do it the slower but easier way. And with Phantoon, he's got some weird properties. Basically, if you hit him with a super missile, or if you hit him with a charge shot from your beam with all of your beams on simultaneously, he'll go into this like berserk mode where he'll like sit in the middle of the screen and spit fire at you, and he's invincible during it, and it lasts way too long, and it just takes forever, and it sucks. So we're gonna go in here and turn off Ice Beam, and then we're gonna start the fight. And something to note real quick: when your beam is charged like this, you can spin jump through most projectiles. Like this guy's blue fire won't hurt you, and it's really important, mostly on this fight, because he's pretty much always got blue fire. He's going to make a ring of fire around himself that you want to try to shoot him through if you can. Um, it's just much easier if you keep your charge shot as long as you can. Though, if you need power-ups or health or something, you can shoot those guys and they drop health like that. And they do Phantoon does about 25 damage when he hits you, like when he runs into you, and that's going to be most of the damage you take in this fight. So what we're going to do, we're just waiting for him to appear right now, and we're going to miss. But then we're going to hit him. He's going to start moving. Now you want to shoot him twice with the ice beam off, then go turn the ice beam on and hit him one more time. For whatever reason, he doesn't go into crazy berserk mode if you use it on the last hit. And right now, I'm just going to use my reserve tank. I'm just going to use it because I know I'm going to need the health eventually. And again, if you die on this boss a few times, no shame. I still die sadly often. But like I said, there is a faster way to do this too, and I will post a video of the quicker, harder way to do it. But this is the most consistent, easy way to get through this fight. So again, 2 shots, no ice. Pause it. Get your ice. You can shoot him when he's off screen. Get ice back off. Start charging again. If you're really low on health, it might be better here instead of charging to shoot these things. But right now, I have enough buffer where I'm not too concerned about it. Okay, and this last one, if I hit him, oh my god. You're supposed to hit him with a super missile right there and he'll die. But I'm recording and talking and I just suck really bad. So instead, this is happening. Oh my god. I will probably redo this. Okay, so he's dead. We could have killed him 2 appearances ago if I'd hit that super missile. He would have just died right there. What you're supposed to do is 2 uncharged wave shots, ice shot, 2 uncharged wave shots, ice shot, um, and then 2 uncharged wave shots, super missile, and he'll die. But I missed it a million times. But he's dead, so whatever. We're gonna move on. Like I said, I will post a much cleaner version of the fast kill later. Um, but that's a quick and well, not quick, but the dirty way, I guess, of getting through that fight. And now everything in the wrecked ship isn't quite as wrecked. The power's on. The metal doors that were all closed, they're now open, so we can go in here. And wrecked ships, where you go from having 5 super missiles to having considerably more than 5, which is really nice. Um, so we're gonna get this. There's nothing else in this room. I know it seems like there should be something in this corner. There's not. It's a. It's nothing. But right over here, you can bomb this and go through here. Okay. Those little guys, you can kill them by doing the charge spin jump into them or with a power bomb like we're about to. These little robot guys, they don't hurt you. You can run right into them. They won't do anything. This is a fake wall you can go through. And it's another super missile. Woo, super missiles. And really, now that we're past Phantoon, there's very little chance of us dying in the rest of this run, and it'll be the same for you too, because from here on we're going to get a bunch of energy tanks. We're not going to be fighting anything too difficult anytime soon. Uh, so yeah, let the good times roll, because fucking Phantoon is dead, and well, he's re-dead, I guess, and that's how we want him. So this part right here, this door, you want to have it open before you run up. You can shoot it while you're running if you know what you're doing, but just get as much speed as you can before you come in here, because you're going to be in water. But if you just run and jump, you'll get through it. If you don't have enough speed, you'll just flop around in the water. This room, easiest way to get through it is to turn your high jump boots off, because otherwise you're going to hit the ceiling and it's going to suck. But all right, hold up. It's hard to do this while you talk. So we're going to hop and do little short hops, little short hops. Oh, and these spikes, if you touch them, they do like 45 damage each. And that's why we're trying to avoid it, because that you could die here potentially if you mess it up enough times. And I have, not gonna lie to you, I've died many a time. Many runs have been lost at that part. I'm like all high off beating Phantoon. I'm like, yeah, I'm invincible, and then I just die right there. This room, you really still want to keep your high jump off. Again, there's grapple blocks. We don't have a grapple beam. These platforms sink when you stand on them, so you want to like kind of jump. Let this one sink a little bit, run off it, jump, you get an energy tank, and from here on, really the game is just smooth sailing. We should be pretty set, so if you haven't died yet, you're probably not going to die. Run back across. If you fall down here, you can get back up, but water sucks. I wouldn't recommend it. If you do fall down, you'll get to learn about the gravity suitless water physics, and you'll learn to hate them as I hate them. This part, this is the one thing about turning off high jump. You need to turn it back on to get up this little part, but then you might want to turn it back off to get through here. Um, I'm not going to though. I'm feeling. Oh, okay. Remember how I said in the first video, if you turn right as you go through a platform, you'll go through it. That's that's what I just did. I always do it when I don't want to. I don't care. See, before I would have been dead right now, but now I have enough health where I'm just saying, screw it. I'm just gonna blitzkrieg through and I'm not even gonna try. I'm not even gonna try. I'm just being lazy. I'm tanking the damage. I'm soaking it, and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, and right here, I don't know. There, yeah, you can go up this wall. It's a little bit faster. This room, what you want to do, there's metal doors on either side. I'm using super missiles. You can do whatever you want. You might not want to waste your supers if it's your first couple runs. So you want to go over here and kill that one little guy. And then you want to come over here and kill all the little guys. I'm just gonna shoot them with wave because the metal door is open when all the enemies are dead. And so now you want to open that door. We're not going through it yet. We just want it to be open, just like in the high jump boot room. And then we're going to come back over here. You can build up a shine spark in this part if you're good at short charging and get across it faster, but we're not going to bother. Um, and we're going to come in here. And these little robot guys. Just keep shooting them, and you'll kind of corral them along. What I was just trying to show there, if they're walking towards you and you get hit by this spark, you can actually jump through them, but you don't need to. It only saves a couple seconds. I might demonstrate it later if there's requests. But yeah, so there's a missile pack over here. That's the only reason for this room. It's a really long room. It's a lot of effort for one missile, but we want 100%. And now all the enemies are back. But again, we pay them no heed. We have health to burn, hopefully. Uh, so yeah, this is pretty much the end of Wrecked Ship. It's a very short zone. You basically get in there, kill Phantoon, and then all of a sudden you get a bunch of power-ups, like almost as a reward, like, yeah, we know Phantoon sucks. Shine Spark right there. Jump on that little platform, and then shoot this wall. It's the fastest way to get this missile. There's also those little green guy platform guys that you can ride across to get to it, but it's really slow. You have to climb them. It sucks. Look how slow this asshole moves. Look at you, you little shit. Um, so again, there's a gap in platforms right here. So there's like all these platforms, and then there's a space, and then another. And this is the one you want to jump up on. Far left side, shine spark up, shoot the wall, missile pack, bada boom. Now over here, this is a super missile block. I'll show you. Jump up, shoot down. That's how you do it. Yay. Now this missile pack, be very careful when you pick this up because you don't want to roll like into the missile because the little platform it's on is actually false ground that will crumble, and you'll fall all the way back down into Criterion and have to loop through the whole wrecked ship again, and it sucks. So yeah, be very careful when you pick that missile up. Just touch the side of it. That's just bombable ground that we just went through. Uh, and yeah, that's we're almost done with the wrecked ship already, and that means we're gonna almost be done with this part. And this part I was stuck here for forever as a kid. Like I rented the game and there was a save file that was past this that had the gravity suit, and I was just dumbstruck on how he managed to get through this guy. I had no idea what to do. Like you get over here, you're supposed to again have grapple to swing across this without taking a bunch of damage. But there's like this Chozo statue, and it's like, oh sweet, a Chozo, but there's no item, and I thought my game was glitched, and then I realized like he always holds little ball things, so I just jumped in his hands and made a ball, and oh shit, he comes to life. He's a special Chozo, and he's your buddy. So go into a ball, let him hold you, let him cradle you and caress you, and he'll just strut on down. And once he's done, he will gently drop you off. This is a bombable ground. We're going to go through here. We're going to power bomb this just to clear it faster. We're going to keep power bombs because we're going to need them again. Here's these dumb little robots. Shoot him into the wall. This Chozo, he's got an item, but we don't like him. We don't respect him. He's not our buddy, so we're going to blow him up. And then we're going to run. The missile pack just floats. I don't know. I don't know the properties of these things. I don't know why they can just float in the air. Charge up. Shine Spark. Oh, are you serious? Oh, all that damage I took. My arrogance. Let's see. Oh, okay. Shit. Oh, man. Okay. That's not good. That's not good at all. I am a fool. Because this is a, up here, it's a speed block, so you need to Shine Spark to get it. But since Shine Sparking makes you take damage, and I use my reserve tank like an asshole. Okay, we are back. We are back where we were. Nothing happened. I certainly didn't do anything really stupid. I am sorry about that, everybody. I was trying to be the big Samus on campus. I was feeling pretty bad. Uh, Thought I was invincible. Thought I could take on the world. Then the crushingness of reality hit me. But we're back now. We have more health. I went slightly more cautiously through everything. I didn't just smash my face into all the enemies, and that's what's supposed to happen. You just boost up there, go through it. Now this is a pit. You'll just fall through here, so make sure you don't just smack into the ceiling and fall, because you'll have to go back up. Jump over, you get your next reserve tank. Um, so yeah, and also a moment ago in the video I gave more misinformation to you because I said that Phantoon would die in 3 phases doing what I was doing, and it took me 4 when I redid the fight. So I don't actually remember apparently how to do the 3 phase, but I'll post a video of it later. And I promise I'm good at this game, and I'm a credible source of information. But anyway, alright, so now we have the gravity suit. We're not going to be arrogant. We're not going to showboat anymore. We're going to just play this damn game. So you want to come down here. You're back in criteria now. You're out of the wreck ship. Shoot that block, roll through this wall. There's a missile. The gravity suit makes you purple, and it makes it so that you move normally in water. So you don't have to deal with god-awful water physics. You just have to deal with normal physics. And that's all that's in there is the missile. So grab it, leave. Now this room, when we came through here initially, when you do the Shine Spark, normally you'll get this, but I jumped and did it, so I jumped over it, so I'll just grab it now. It really doesn't matter if you fly over it. But yeah, notice, unencumbered in water, I can bomb, I can do whatever I want. It's the same as being out of water, so water does nothing to me now. And also, we're taking reduced damage from like everything that does damage. Um, Now, at this point, this is going to be our first big backtrack to get power ups fast. Newer routes do this a lot differently. They do this in a much different order than what I'm about to do. But this, like I said, this is the way I learned it. This is possibly the easiest way I feel. Um, and we're just going to do it. We're going to do it next time. So I will see you guys then for part 3. Have a good one.